Question number 14, we need to solve the inequality and graph our solution on the number line. There's like 2 different ways you could go about solving this. But either way you do it, you should end up with the same final answer. And so we'll talk about how you know which way to graph it, because again, it should be the same direction no matter how you solve it. I'm going to start off by, let's see, if I add 2x to both sides, that lets me keep my x's over on the left. And there's definitely some advantages to doing that. So I'm going to keep my x's over on the left for this version. So I get negative 3x plus 6 is greater than 12. And then I want to subtract 6 from both sides so that I have my variable on one side and my constants, my numbers, on the other side. So negative 3x is greater than or equal to, not or equal to, greater than 6. And then I want to divide both sides by negative 3. Remember, there's special rules if we divide by a negative. If you divide by a negative number, you flip your inequality. Don't forget to do that. Super, super, super important. Otherwise, you will shade the wrong way and you will get the problem wrong. So x is less than now, our inequality flipped directions. And then I've got 6 divided by negative 3, which is negative 2. So x is less than negative 2. When I come over here to my number line, here's negative 2 on the number line. I would not fill in that dot because it doesn't have the or equal to in my original problem. If it had the or equal to in it, then I would fill that dot in. But without the or equal to, I don't fill the dot in. And then x is less than. The things that I shade on the number line are the things that would make this inequality true, the things that I could substitute in for x that would make it true. Less than means it's going to be left on the number line. All of these numbers over here are smaller than, less than, negative 2. So this is what a correctly shaded number line should look like and what your solution should be. Now, I said there was another way you could go about doing this. Some people, instead of wanting to keep their x's on the left, they look at this and they say, well, I really want to keep my x's positive. I'd really like to not have to worry about flipping that inequality. And that's perfectly fine. We can do it that way. If you're going to do it that way, then you would add the 5x to both sides. And so that would give me 6 is greater than 3x plus 12. Don't need to do any flipping because we didn't divide by a negative number. And then I would subtract 12 from both sides. So I get negative 6. Last time I had a positive 6. Negative 6 is greater than 3x. So this is kind of similar, except here the 6 was positive and the 3 was negative. Now my 6 is negative and my 3 is positive. Last thing I would need to do is divide both sides by 3. And I get negative 2 is greater than x. When I go to shade it on the number line, if I'm going to use the left is less than and right is greater than, I have to have the variable on the left-hand side. This would be a correct final answer, but you are not going to shade it the right way unless you either rewrite it like this, and this is the exact same meaning. Notice the alligator is eating the negative 2 in both of these. Alligator needs to be eating the same thing. It's not eating the x, it's eating the negative 2. So you either need to rewrite it flipped around with your variable on the left, or you could substitute some numbers in and see if that's really true. So there's my original problem. If I think I'm supposed to use these numbers over here, I can substitute one of those numbers in. Is the alligator eating the bigger thing? Nope. -2 is not bigger than 3. So that would not work. So I can always do that to make sure that I'm shading the correct direction there.